Good morning and Jai Hind everyone. So today we start some questions based on complex number. So note it. Find the real numbers. Yes, note the question. Find the real numbers x and y. Find the real numbers x and y. If find the real numbers x and y if x minus iy, if x minus iy into 3 plus 5i into 3 plus 5i into 3 plus 5i is the conjugate of is the conjugate of yes, the product of these two is the conjugate of minus 6 minus 24i, minus 6 minus 24i. Okay, so that be your question. Means here you have to find the values of x and y. Okay, for which the product of these two complex number is the conjugate of minus 6 minus 24i. So how you write in this means that expression? So here it is given x minus iy into 3 plus 5i is equal to minus 6 minus 24i and the conjugate of complete one. Okay, now here you're taking the product. So take out. So if you are taking the product of x to these two numbers, so you have 3x plus 5xi minus 3iy. Okay, and here you have minus 5i square y is equal to minus 6 plus 24i. That be the conjugate of minus 6 minus 24i. Okay, here you equating your real parts. So the value of I square is equal to minus 1. So it becomes plus 5y. So that is your real part. So you write 3x plus 5y, 3x plus 5y, and here you taking I common. So you have 5x minus 3i, 3y, 3y. Okay, and is equal to minus 6 plus 24i, minus 6 plus 24i. Understand? Now if you are comparing both sides, you have two equation in terms of x and y. Solve it, and then that will your answer. Okay, trying to solve it. Do it. So if you are comparing, so you have 3x plus 5y is equal to minus 6 and is your first equation, and your second equation is 5x minus 3y is equal to 24. That is your second equation. Yes, solve it by elimination method. So if you want to cancel the terms of y, so 1 is multiplying by 3 and here you multiplying by 5. Okay, so you have 9x plus 15y minus 18, and here you have 25x and minus 15y is equal to, and that is equal to, yes, multiplying 4 5 is 20, and here you have 12. Understand? So by adding these two is cancel out, and here you have 34, 34x is equal to, yes, subtract it. So 102, that is 102. So the value of x is equal to 102 divided by 34. Yes, solve it. So that be 3 times. So here you have x is equal to 3. So that we cancel out by 3. So here x is equal to 3. Now putting that value in first equation. So equation 1 implies here you have 9 plus 5y 9 plus 5y is equal to minus 6. So 5y is equal to minus 15, and the value of y is equal to minus 3. So in this way, you have your solution. Yes. All you noted?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you write next question. Find the multiplicative inverse. Yes, write it. Find the multiplicative inverse of find the multiplicative inverse of 2 plus root 3i whole square. Means here you have to find the multiplicative inverse of 2 plus root 3i whole square. Root 3i whole square. You have to find the multiplicative inverse of this one. So all you well know about the terms multiplicative inverse. So you know if z is any complex number, so 1 upon z is its multiplicative inverse. Understand? Or you have also a concept if you have any number means that means if z is any complex number, so the z into the product of its multiplicative inverse is equal to 1. Understand? So applying that and trying to find your result. So write in this way, multiplicative inverse multiplicative inverse of z is equal to 1 upon z. Of z is equal to 1 upon z. So you write here 1 upon 2 plus root 3i whole square. Root 3i whole square. Now taking the square of that, so expand it. So 4, and here you have minus 3 and plus 4 root 3i. 4 root 3i. Yes, you write.
1 upon 14 is the answer 1 upon 49 minus 4 root 3 upon 49i.
Okay, yes, correct. Yes, correct, Peter. Okay, so you simplifying it. So here you have 1 upon 1 plus 4 root 3i. Now taking the conjugate of that, so you multiplying numerator by 1 minus 4 root 3i and divided by 1 minus 4 root 3i. Okay, so here you have 1 minus 4 root 3i divided by 1, and here you applying an identity a square minus b square. Okay, so here you have 1, and you know the square of I means I, the value of I square is equal to minus 1. That's why it becomes positive, and the square of
Plus
this,
48.
yes, so that is
48.
48. So overall here you have 49. So that 49 is to be distributed. So 1 upon 49 minus 4 root 3 upon 49 times of I. So in this way, you can find the multiplicative inverse of any complex number. Okay, note it. Okay, so write next question. Okay, right. If a plus ib if a plus ib upon c plus id, if a plus ib upon c plus id is equal to x plus iy, is equal to x plus iy, okay, then prove that a minus ib upon c minus id is equal to x minus iy, x minus iy, okay. You have to prove that result, and also you have to prove other result, a square plus b square upon c square plus d square is equal to x square plus y square, x square plus y square. Here you have to prove this result. Understand? So what is given? Here you have to give an a plus ib upon c plus id is equal to x plus iy, and you have to prove uh, that result. Understand? So first of all, here you take a plus ib upon c plus id is equal to x plus iy, and is suppose first equation that is given. Now taking the conjugate of that, okay. So if you are taking here conjugate, or a plus ib upon c plus id, and here you take the conjugate over all, okay, and that conjugate is applying on right side also in this way. And also one of the property of conjugate, that conjugate of z1 upon z2 is equal to conjugate of z1 upon conjugate of z2, oh sorry, conjugate of z2. Understand? So due to that property, that be written as conjugate of a minus ib upon conjugate of c plus id, okay. And here you take conjugate, so you have x minus iy, and here you take conjugate, so a minus ib upon c minus id is equal to x minus iy, and that is your second equation, as well as this prove your first part of your question. This is your first part of your question that we proved. Now for the second part, what you do, here you multiplying equation 1 and 2, multiplying equation 1 and 2. Yes, right, 1 into 2 implies. So if you are taking the product of first and second, you have a plus ib upon c plus id into a minus ib upon c minus id is equal to x plus iy into x minus iy, x minus iy. Understand? You have the result in this way. Now just you see, if you are taking its product, here you applying a square minus b square, and the value of I square is equal to minus 1. That's why that is written as a square plus b square upon c square plus d square is equal to x square plus y square. So in this way you prove your result. Note it. Done, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you write here
Yes, sir.
same type of question. Write it. So here you have yes, right, next question. If a plus I if a plus I whole square upon 2a minus I, if a plus I whole square upon 2a minus I is equal to p plus iq, p plus iq, then so that p square plus q square is equal to a square plus 1 whole square, a square plus 1 whole square divided by 4a square plus 1, 4a square plus 1. You have to prove this result. If a plus I whole square upon 2a minus I is equal to p plus iq, then you have to prove that result. So here you have same type of question. So what you do, first you assume the given equation as one. So you write it in solution. So a plus I whole square upon 2a minus I, and that be equal to p plus iq, which is your first equation. Which is your first equation. Now you have to taking conjugate both side. So if you applying here conjugate overall, so you have a plus I whole square upon 2a minus I, and yes, the conjugate overall, and is equal to p plus iq, yes, the conjugate of this one, means taking conjugate both side. Understand? Now if you applying here property, here you have one of the property of conjugate, you note it, means z to the power n, a whole conjugate, is equal to conjugate of z whole power n, whole power n. Understand? So here you applying that on left side. So here you can write in this way, the conjugate of a plus I, okay, and whole square of that. And if you are taking the conjugate here, you can write 2a plus I, 2a plus I, and is equal to p minus iq, p minus iq. And the conjugate of a plus I can be written as a minus I. So you write a minus I whole square and whole divided by 2a plus I is equal to p minus iq, p minus iq. Okay, yes, noted. So here you have a result like that, and suppose that is your second equation. That is your second equation. Understand? Now multiplying equation 1 and 2. Multiplying 1 and 2. So you have, so 1 into 2 implies, if you are taking the product of 1 and 2, here you have a plus I whole square into a minus I whole square divided by 2a minus I into 2a plus I, and here you have p plus iq into p minus iq, p minus iq, and that can be written as a plus I into a minus I whole square. So write it in this way. You write a plus I into a minus I and the whole square of that, whole square of that. And in denominator you have a square minus b square. So you have 4a square plus 1, 4a square plus 1 in denominator, and here you can write p square plus q square. Now if you are simplifying here, a plus I into a minus I. So you have a square plus 1 whole square. A square plus 1 whole square upon 4a square plus 1 is equal to p square plus q square. So that is your final result. Note it. So here you applying the property of conjugate, and in the same way you have other question of the same type. Just trying to simplifying that also. Yes, right. Next question in the same way. Same type of questions are there. So right. Done. Everyone completed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your next question is if x plus iy, if x plus iy is equal to under root a plus ib upon a minus ib, upon a minus ib, then so that x square plus y square whole square is equal to a square plus b square upon, oh just you correct it, here you have c plus id, correct it, here you have c plus id, and then so that x square plus y square whole square is equal to c square plus d square, c square plus d square. Note it. Okay, yes, same type of question. Again, you applying, uh, means first of all you write your given equation x plus iy is equal to within root a plus ib upon c plus id, and is your first equation. Now taking conjugate over there. So if you are taking here conjugate, you can write x plus iy and the conjugate of that complete number. Understand? And on right side, you can write it as in this way: under root a plus ib upon c plus id, and the conjugate of complete number over there. Here you take the conjugate, and the conjugate of x plus iy is x minus iy, x minus iy, and is equal to, here you write, means here you applying again the same property, that means z to the power n, and the conjugate over there is equal to conjugate of z whole power n. So if you applying here that property, and so what you have, that be under root a minus ib upon a c plus id, c plus id, that is your second equation. So in this way, here you form your equation, two equation by taking the conjugate of one. Now you have the same step, so you multiplying 1 and 2. So 1 multiplying by 2 implies, uh,
Sir, in conjugate, it will be c minus id.
yeah, here take mistake. C minus id is there. C minus id. Okay. Now taking the product of 1 and 2. So you have x plus iy into x minus iy is equal to, here you have under root a plus ib upon c plus id into a minus ib upon c minus id. Okay. and the root over there. So here you're taking product, so you have x square plus y square, and here you have within root a square plus b square upon c square plus d square. C square plus d square. Now if you are squaring both side, you have x square plus y square whole square is equal to a square plus b square, and divided by c square plus d square. C square plus d square. Okay. So in this way, you prove this type of result. Okay. So I think all you understand it very easily uh, about such type of the application of conjugate. Now, right, next question. Find, just write it. Find the least positive value. Find the least positive value. Find the least positive value of n if find the least positive value of n if 1 plus I upon 1 minus I whole power n is equal to 1. Is equal to 1. This is your question. Here you have to find the least positive value of n for which 1 plus I upon 1 minus I whole power n is equal to 1. So first of all, what you do, you have to express the term of left side in standard form. In standard form, here you have 1 plus I upon 1 minus I. So you express it in standard form. So taking conjugate, so here you have 1 plus I upon 1 minus I whole power n is equal to 1. Now, if you're taking its conjugate, you can write 1 plus I in whole square divided by 1 minus I into 1 plus I, and whole power n is equal to 1. Is equal to 1. You can write in this way. Now, simplifying it. So that is equal to 1 plus I square plus 2I, okay? And in denominator, you have 1 plus 1 and is equal to 1. And just you simplifying here, I square, the value of I square is equal to minus 1. So minus 1 and plus 1 is cancel out. And here you have 4I square. Just to check it, here you have, sorry, 2, whole power n is also there. Here you left only 2I. So 2I upon 2 whole power n is equal to 1. So in this way, 2 and 2 is also cancel out. Here you see that 2 and 2 is cancel out. And finally, here you have your result, I to the power n is equal to 1. So what is the possible, means positive value of n for which the value of I to the power n, this least positive value for which
4.
it is 1. Yes, so you have 4.
4.
Yes, right. So here you have n is equal to 4 is the least positive value, because you know I to the power 4 is equal to 1, which is the least number, the least positive number. Okay, write it. So here you have n is equal to 1. This implies n is equal to 1. Note it. Okay, right, next question. Find real theta, right? Find real theta. Find real theta such that find real theta such that 3 plus 2i sine theta 3 plus 2i sine theta upon 1 minus 2i sine theta 1 minus 2i sine theta is purely real. Is purely real. Means here you have to find the real value of theta for which this complex number is purely real. So, when any complex number is said to be purely real, if its imaginary part is 0. If its imaginary part is 0, then you can say that that means that be purely real. So here it is already given, the complex number is already here, it is given that is real. Okay, just you express that complex number in a standard form. So what you do, suppose here just I take that complex number as z, and you write z is equal to 3 plus 2i sine theta upon 1 minus 2i sine theta. Now taking the conjugate of that, so you can write 1 plus 2i sine theta upon 1 plus 2i sine theta. 2i sine theta. Understand? Now taking the product. So in denominator part here you applying an identity a square minus b square. So here you have 1 plus 4 sine square theta. 1 plus 4 sine square theta, and here you multiplying, so you have 3 plus 6i sine theta, and if you multiplying by 2i sine theta to each of the term, so you have 2i sine theta, and here I square is minus 1, so you write here minus 4 sine square theta. Minus 4 sine square theta you write in this way. Okay. You write in this way. Now, just you simplifying the terms, and here you have 1 plus 4 sine square theta, and here your real part is 3 minus 4 sine square theta, and here you have 8i sine theta. 8i sine theta. Understand? And here it is given this complex number z is real. Here it is given, that is purely real, and that part is given. That's why you written here. That part is given. That's why here you write that is real. And you well know, if any complex number is purely real, so this implies its imaginary part of z is 0. Imaginary part of z is 0, and here you see that its imaginary part is what? 8 sine theta upon this one. So you write this implies 8 sine theta upon 1 plus 4 sine square theta, theta is equal to 0. So that be equal to 0. Understand? From that you have your result, sine theta is equal to 0. Sine theta is equal to 0.
That theta will be 0 degree.
So you have to not write here 0 only, because 0 is your one solution. Na? So you have to write that in that means general solution. So you well know in trigonometric equation. This implies theta is equal to n pi. Here theta is equal to what? N pi. Yes, and n is what? N is z. Means here z means what? Integer. N belongs to z. Means n is integer here. Theta is equal to n pi, and this n is z. Please don't confuse over there. No? So just I write it here now, because you think, oh, that z is a complex number. Not complex number. Here you have integer. Okay, and that z is a complex number. Here z is integer. Okay, so this is your solution. So all you understand this one. So here you see that
Yes, sir.
complex number topic is easy, and no doubt if you prepare it, you score well in exams. Okay. Okay, and you have other questions. Just I check it because the time is also about to over. Only 3 minutes or 2 minutes are left. So just I give you a small question. Okay. Yes, just right here. Here you have one question. If A is equal to, yes, right? If A, small a, is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay. If A is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta, find the value of, find the value of 1 plus A upon 1 minus A. That is required. So what is the value of 1 plus A upon 1 minus A? You have to find that result. So what you do in that case, if you have to find the value of 1 plus A upon 1 minus A, how you getting your result? Just trying to solve by your own. If A is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta, and you have to find the value of 1 plus A upon 1 minus A. Just putting the value of A here and trying to simplifying it completely. Taking conjugate